Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. This is episode 3 of Russia 25k series where I play for 25,000 points and share with you everything I saw along the way. This is a little different today because we have a challenge link, so please check the link in the description and you can play along with me. I would recommend you play first, round 1, come back and watch me and see what I thought about it, and we can compare what we found and how we got to the location. So let's have a look at round 1. So we have here a very distinctive kind of area, for me anyway. It's very sunny, very dry, but very hilly. It just looks like Sochi. And I look up here and I see Sochi Autodrome. So yes, very clearly it is Sochi, and you can see a stadium on the right side there, which would be just to the west. So I'm looking around on the map at the moment for a stadium, and then I remember that the Olympic Park was down in Adlia, not in Sochi itself. It was down to the southeast a little. So we have the Olympic Park. We can see a few stadiums, and we can see a section of road here. Yes, this one. It looks a bit like a racetrack, and we can actually see quite helpfully on the map there is the shape of the building. So in between each section of the windows and everything on there, you can see these like pillars, and it sticks out above on the map too. So you can see on the map you have these little like castellations, these little sections where you can match up. And I see I'm on the first one, as you can see there. Quite a good fast round. Round 2, we see very dry, no trees, not one single tree in sight. Very dry, still a bit green, but sandy, gravelly, and there's a few locations that look a little bit like this. If you see no trees, you can see I'm signaling on the map some locations where you will find a lack of trees, and that's around like the Altai area here, essentially down south near Mongolia. And then here I will zoom in and put a marker down where I think it is before I go looking around. So another look around here. Yeah, nothing distinctive really at all to use to try and pinpoint where we are. So I thought this was near the Altai region. I remember a road of this orientation between, yes, you can see this road running down. So I thought maybe this intersection or at the top there, somewhere on this road. But anyway, now it's time. So now off I go on my travels. I did stop and check this car to see if I could find the license plate. It just felt like maybe I would see something, and I did catch it. It was 17. And I remembered, so the regions are numbered alphabetically by like oblasts and then krais and autonomous republics, etc. 17 I thought was a republic beginning with A or B, so I thought maybe Altai was correct or in this general area. So I moved down the road and I finally find a sign, and it is Chadan, which is the exact road where I went to first. If you see here, this is Chadan. So we're at the top of this road at this intersection, and I do kind of wish. I just think if I wasn't recording, I would I probably would have just looked at this. If I had looked at this top part of the road, I would have probably just sent that in about 2 seconds. But that's fine. So the second round, I see a polar bear and MSCO, I think that was. It seemed a bit strange. Something I haven't seen before. It turned out there was some writing up there that I could have used, but I found this sign just next to the start, which says Vybory Deputatov Murmanskoye Oblast Dumy, which is so it's just like the Murmansk Oblast regional Duma, which is a Duma comes from the Russian word dumat, which is to think, and the Duma is where politicians and the like come together to talk about. It's like a little congress. So I found the name of the road, Komintierva or something like that, Komintierna, and lined it up, no problem. This one, quite a distinct area. I knew straight away this was Sakhalin. I want to say similar to the last video, but the last video was very grey, gravelly Sakhalin, a bit more north. But this, I've clicked down in the south-ish middle, but this is more northern. Evai is this river, and this actually was enough information at the time to find where I was, but I didn't know that. And anyway, moving on. So I run around a little bit, and I come across another river. This is the Pliesolvi. Not sure what that means. Moving on again. Sorry it's so fast, but you can see I moved around for a few minutes here, just trying to find some kind of sign or some idea of where I was. I did know the general area in Sakhalin, which I've just clicked, but as for pinpointing, it would be quite difficult. So that's the Askasai River. I was trying not to just go into the map and look at rivers because I want to spend more time actually looking around and finding some more concrete information. I found a small village here, but but nothing to see really. No signs or anything, no names, nothing. That probably was a village of Askasai, like the river. Here's another one called Val. And here I decide, okay, I've had enough. I'm taking to the map and I'm going to look at every river. So this is only double speed. I did this quite quickly. I think it's double speed. And I find a couple of names, but not what I need. I saw that river was actually named the same as the town next to it. There's the Val River, which we just walked past, and the Askasai, and then there's Evai, where we started. So we see the rivers here are named the same as the little towns they're next to or villages they're next to. So I just had to look for Evai in this region of Sakhalin, where I knew anyway, to find this river. But it's not over yet because you see I'm right next to the water, but you can't trust the map in the location like this. In Sakhalin, in this tiny river, which is just a line on the map, you really can't trust it. And I've been bitten by that one before a few times, where you think you think you're on the river, you guess on the river, and the map was actually wrong, and it's in the wrong place. So I wanted a more concrete approach here. I decided I tried to judge it by eye, but I decided actually I don't think it's particularly reliable, but you can just click and see how many times you have to move to get to one side from the start, and then click and see how many clicks you need to get to the other, and it's just a slightly more mathematical way to do it. And I found it was 20 one way and 25 the other, so I tried to line up in the middle where I would be roughly 20/45 of the way, or 25/45, whichever way it turned out to be. Yeah, so you see 100 meters away. I mean, it's very difficult. And I'd thought about starting again, but no, there's no need. I think this series is about pinpointing where you are on the map, and if it comes down to a tiny difference like that, where the river isn't in the right place and you're on a long stretch of road and you can't quite, I don't think that's is worth starting again over it. 24,999 is just fine. So here we see something about a road between Moscow and Nizhny Novgorod. There's a phone number 915, which is a mobile or a cell phone number, so it's not particularly helpful in terms of regional codes. Look around. Didn't really see anything. In hindsight, the road between Moscow and Nizhny Novgorod is not that long, so it's only one major city really in between them. But that may not have been enough information to actually guess on anyway. So now going east, we find a sign, which is very nice. So this sign says Nizhny Novgorod is 213 kilometers east, and Ivanovo is 116 north. When I was looking here, in my mind I was looking north at Nizhny Novgorod. And then I looked at Ivanovo 116, and I thought, how can Ivanovo be closer than Nizhny Novgorod if I'm south? And checked, and I'm actually looking east. So I worked out that we're just in Vladimir, between Moscow and Nizhny Novgorod, which is the one major city between the two. So it didn't take too long to have a look through here and line up the angle. You can see this road is a very good angle for where we started, and unknowingly I just clicked on exactly where it was without even zooming in. So I look around for some key identifying piece of information. I see across the road here is I think it was Barkhat, Barkhat Cafe, and I see, yes, that is exactly where I am. So I just click a bit to the left, and there we go. So there's 24,999, and I was very happy but very disappointed. Of course, this 17 minutes 52 would be my personal best. Unfortunately, we missed a point in Sakhalin, but that was a very difficult one to pinpoint. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. Please drop a comment below if you have something you want to talk about. Let me know how you got on if you played along in the description link down below. I'll be back soon with another video. Thanks very much.